Hi guys, welcome back to another video. This video was supposed to be what an average day in my studio looks like, but this average day turned into a week of me painting and repainting the same thing over and over again, and then ultimately making a mess and trying to make another painting, but that not working out either. So yeah, it didn't really work out, but I feel like it gave me an opportunity to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot lately, which is healthy expectations and unhealthy expectations that artists have of themselves. Even though this video didn't work out, I do think that it's an accurate representation of what it's like to be an artist, and I don't think it's exactly fair for me to be posting a video every week that everything works out all the time, because I don't think that's a healthy expectation to have of myself. Yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about that and then also show you how I ruined my paintings exactly. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy my mistakes. I think I'm just gonna jump in and start with how I choose a reference for paintings. I actually have an archive of references that I keep on my computer. I like to take my own references and just keep them in a folder so that I can refer to that folder when I'm in the mood to paint. Once I've picked an image I'm happy with, I like to start by taping down the edges of my panel so that I can keep them clean. Also, I just like the way that the exposed wood looks on the side. Whenever I'm taking photos of something, I like to have multiple images so that I can work from these photos in the future in case I want to do studies or just explore that topic again. Then I can totally do that. I then move on to priming my surface with gesso. Gesso is a seal to help protect my surface from the paint. I decided that since I was waiting for this piece to dry, I would prep 2 other pieces while I wait so that I could save myself time in the future. I wasn't intending on using these pieces, but I actually ended up using one of them. I repeat this process again of taping down the sides and gessoing the panels. I never used to enjoy prepping my surfaces, but now at this stage I find it relaxing. It also helps me get in the mindset that I'll be painting. I ended up finishing the prep for the surfaces in one day and then started the paintings the next day. I think this threw me off a bit though. I find that prepping the surfaces the same day I paint helps me get in the mindset of painting and helps me ease into a painting. After the gesso is dry, I sand down the surface between each coat to smooth out the brush strokes. Once I'm finished sanding, my boards are ready for their second coat of gesso. I like to do at least 3 coats of gesso when prepping surfaces just to ensure that my support is completely protected before I paint it. I started this piece about 5 times because I couldn't find a composition I really liked. I kept wiping out my work and starting again. I feel like I should know at this point that when I'm struggling with a composition in the beginning that the work has some sort of underlying issues that I should be addressing and shouldn't ignore, like I did in this scenario. I finally came to something I felt like I could work with, so I started my painting. I think that this video gives me the opportunity to speak about what's an accurate representation of being in the studio and what your expectations are of yourself. I don't think it's feasible for anyone to turn out a painting that they're happy with every week, so I don't know why I had that expectation of myself. I started to think about it a bit more though, and I began to wonder why I imposed these standards on myself. I'm guilty of going on Instagram and comparing myself to my friends' work or comparing myself to other artists and wondering why I can't push out consistent work like everyone else can. There are also YouTubers that I watch and it seems like everything is working out for them all the time. I think I know logically that this can't be the reality of the situation, and I'm sure that they run into problems all the time but don't show it. On the other side of it, I don't know how many people would want to see something that doesn't work out. It might be more satisfying to watch a video where you can see a completed piece, and as a viewer wanting to be entertained, I can totally understand that perspective. I just don't know if that's what I want to always be showing.
Let's go to an art museum, I'll explain it at the coffee shop. I know you don't get it, but there's no need to fret it. It's like a gift, it's about the thought. Monet might be too much and Van Gogh might take a while. But thank you for coming, I know that you're trying to do anything to make me smile.
It's important to me to be honest on my channel, and if I'm going through a period where I'm not making good work, then I'm going to show it. Because I think bad paintings are important to make because they help you get to those good paintings. Mistakes help you recognize that you need to make changes. They're lessons, and sometimes the best teacher in painting can be yourself. Everything was going pretty well until about here. This is exactly the moment where everything starts to go wrong. I really felt like I got to a point in this painting where I couldn't push it any further, and I wasn't sure why. I just couldn't move forward to the next stage for some reason, and in the back of my mind I kept second guessing the composition. I think another thing that happened was that I ended up adding too much white. I talked a bit about that in another video, and it's something I want to be conscious of. For me, it's a bit easier said than done. I definitely relied too hard on my white, and at this point I was feeling a bit disappointed in myself because I had recognized this issue. I said I was going to fix it, but I couldn't figure out how to fix it.
Let's go to an art museum, I'll explain it at the coffee shop. I know you don't get it, but there's no...
I realized that the composition wasn't going to resolve itself, so I thought that maybe I could start again and try a new composition. But I still wasn't happy with what I had come up with, so I decided to start a new painting altogether. I thought what might have been wrong with the first painting was that the reference I used in relation to my panel shape. I think maybe what I wanted to paint would have worked better on a square shape rather than a rectangle, so I decided to use a different reference to see if that would help me. I think that bad paintings are just as important as good paintings because they help you get to those good paintings. Mistakes help you recognize that you need to make changes. There are lessons, and sometimes you are the best teacher in painting. I know that you can't really see this on my face, but this is kind of the point where I was getting really frustrated and a little worried because I wanted this to work out. I thought about doing another painting and starting all over again because I did have a third panel that I had painted, but I started thinking about it and I didn't think that that was what I wanted my channel to be. I don't think it's healthy for myself to continually push out good paintings, and I don't think it's healthy for other people to see that. And this is where I decided to stop. I feel like it felt right to me to destroy this painting, and I will probably paint over it in the future, and I don't feel any shame in that. If you like this video, then give it a like. If you want to subscribe, then subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.
Is a black coffee. I was naughty, then she caught me, now she missed me. Yada yada yada. I don't wanna bore you. I wanna bore into your powerful love like God in Corinthians.